52 Traders, episode 75.
If you do what you should, your losses offer you some of the greatest insight you can find into your mistakes. And as I always tell my students, if there's one thing I can really teach you right now is...
Over the next year, your host Cam Hawkins gets inside the minds of 52 of the world's best traders to find out if he has what it takes to become one of them. Join Cam every week on the 52 Traders podcast or at 52traders.com to learn how to trade like the pros. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not investment, trading, or financial advice of any kind. Trading is very risky and could lose you all of your capital. Any comments about historical performance are not an indication of future results.
What's up, traders? Welcome to another episode of the 52 Traders podcast. This week I have Sterling Shuer on the show. Now, Sterling is a currency trader based in Michigan in the States. We're going to hear from him in a second. We actually do have a bit of a funny run-in at the start where there's a little coincidence there in terms of who I know and who he knows and what he knows and blah, blah, blah. Basically, he lives in the same town as one of my old friends, and you'll find out what happens in the show. So listen up for that. Now, if you missed last week's episode, please go back and have a listen to it, or at least go and check out the blog post on 52traders.com. It's number 74, and you have the chance to win one of 3 trading mentorships from three of the traders that have been on my show already. So I've lined 3 of the guys up. They're there ready and waiting to pick a trading mentee that they're going to take by the hand and give this exclusive opportunity to. So these guys are going to basically let you into their world, let you, I suppose, try and make you as profitable as you can potentially be in the next 3 months or so. And we're going to follow that story here on 52traders.com. So everyone listening is going to get to find out who these guys are, who these winners are. And I'm actually going to reveal the trading mentors on Facebook Live this coming weekend. So do jump on to 52traders.com and click on the Facebook link there and like it, and you'll see it come up in your feed. So I'm going to be on there this weekend announcing those traders, and then I'll be on there the following weekend announcing our winners. So I'll be doing the prize draw live on Facebook Live, so you'll want to check that out. What else can I tell you about this? So all you need to do is jump onto 52traders.com, find episode 74, and then leave a comment in the show notes. You need to register first to leave a comment, so leave a comment in the show notes, and the comment needs to answer some of the questions that the traders have left for you to answer. So they want to know a bit more about you because they're going to pick 9 traders, 3 each. I'm going to make sure we get a total of 9, so if they double up, I'll make sure we get a total of 9, so I'll tell them to choose more. So we're going to have 9 traders, and I'm going to randomly draw 3 of those traders to make it completely fair and impartial and make sure nobody's sort of tricking the system here. Make it completely fair and impartial, and those guys will be allocated to one of the trading mentors, and we'll see how they get on, and we'll follow that journey. Right, so a couple of other things. Guys, I do this for free, so if you are on 52traders.com, or even if you're not, if you're on your phone, there should be a link in the show notes. Just jump into those show notes, and you'll find a link to the bar. It's thirsty work here at 52 Traders, getting these guys on the show. It's all for free. It's all for you guys. And what I can tell you is you can order the drinks at the bar now. It's open 24/7, in fact, so jump on there. Anything from as little as a packet of crisps. Okay, guys, so the last thing before we get into the show, the last thing, there's 2 more things. AutomateMyTrading.com is my other site, and if you're interested in automating your trading, actually we had a really interesting video on there this week, but if you are interested in automating your trading, then jump on there, and you can check out the video that I've put together where I show you how to build a trading robot yourselves, so you can see how I do that and see how easy it can be done. There's also a course there that you can jump on as well, and the price of that will be going up soon, so if you want to come on board, now is the time. Right, and last but not least, leave a review of the show, please, guys. I really do appreciate these reviews. It does tell me what's going on, what the thought process is out there. Are you guys enjoying it? Are you not enjoying it? Can I change things? What are you thinking? Let me know. Leave a review on iTunes. There's a link in the show notes. It's called Leave a Review, and I'll be able to read that and maybe read it out on the air sometime in the future. Okay, let's get on with the show today. Welcome, Sterling. Thanks for joining me here on 52 Traders this week. How are things over there in Kalamazoo, Michigan?
Doing well. Glad to be here. Thanks for the invite.
Oh, not a problem. Look, I mean, it's we had a chat before the show, and interesting that you're in Kalamazoo. I had a friend who lived there for quite some time, and I mean, who would have thought that I'd be talking to someone who actually comes from there?
It truly is a small world, huh?
Yeah, it is very small.
You're right in New Zealand, right?
Yeah, I'm in New Zealand, so on the other side. I never managed to make it over there, but it would have been good to go there. One of my other friends did make it over there, and I can't remember what he had to say about it. It was either that place or some other place, and he was sort of slagging it off a bit. Maybe it wasn't Kalamazoo. It might have been.
It probably was.
It might have been. Okay, I'll have a chat to him afterwards and ask him. Right, so let's get on with the show here. So we're going to talk about trading today. So the first question is, I suppose, tell us a bit about you personally outside of trading. What do you do outside of trading? And then how did you first get into this game?
Well, a little bit about myself. I just turned 30, so still fairly young in the trading game, I guess. Are fairly young as far as a lot of long traders that have been around the business for a while. But I live a pretty standard life. Just nothing really all that exciting. I do fly. That's my one hobby. Flying airplanes. So I fly a Cessna, and golf. Those are about my two summer fun things, and then we hunker down for winter around here. So that's about the gist of it. As far as what attracted me to trading, for me, I was pretty fortunate. I grew up around self-employed people, so pretty much everybody in my family was self-employed, not necessarily in trading or financial aspects, but from an early age, I never wanted to work for anybody, and to this day, I've never held a job. I've never worked for anybody, and I think that mindset was a big help because most people have the idea of, I'm going to go through school, I'm going to go to college and get a good job. I just never saw that path for myself, and I think that was kind of a blessing looking back, especially the way the job market is right now. And then I stumbled on to trading and just loved it. Loved the fact that you could sit there in front of the screen and make money, or at least that was the idea. And from there just developed into it and built into it and fell in love with it.
And so I suppose, can you remember what first dropped you in there? Was it an ad, or did you jump onto a course, or how did you first sort of decide, right, I'm going to give this a go?
So we have a company out here called Stryker. I'm sure you've heard of. I don't know if maybe you have or haven't. They make a lot of medical things. Like any bed you've been in is a Stryker bed, probably.
Do you know what? I'm going to stop you there because this is getting really scary. So my mate in Kalamazoo is good friends with the owner of that corporation, and
really?
His wife knows the. This is just really weird. So my mate's wife works at a chiropractic firm, and she used to treat the owner of that firm, and he's like the 140th richest person in the world. Is that right? He's up there.
They're incredibly wealthy, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's basically so he's mates with this guy. He's mates with the guy that owns that company. What are the coincidences? Anyway, sorry, go on. I don't want to make this all about me, so go on. Tell us the rest of your story there.
It's kind of strange now. Yeah. So I guess the guy that he was part of the tax aspect of Stryker, which I'm sure they have 1,000 accountants. They have a ton of accountants that do that. Well, he handled the taxes for the farm because one of the family businesses was a blueberry farm, and he handled the taxes for that. And my grandpa was invested in Stryker, and so I'd see him watch the news and look at the ticker and see what it was at the end of the day. And that was maybe when I was 14 or 15. And I just, off and on, I hear about Stryker was doing well. And it was always kind of in the back of my mind. And then when I was 17, I had my dad open up my first trading account. I had $1,000 from doing some work, and I opened up my first trading account in his name. And as I couldn't open up an account in my own name. And so I started in the penny stock world. And because I didn't know any better. Obviously, looking back on it, penny stocks are pretty much all a scam. But what really got me hook, line, and sinker was the fact that I took that $1,000 and in about 6 months' time turned it into $40,000. And so I had turned 18 by that time, and I didn't know any better. I didn't realize that I had gotten massively lucky on a couple different penny stocks that had blown up at the time. This is back when penny stocks were running, from crazy numbers, 8 cents to $5. And so it doesn't take getting lucky too many times to turn a very small amount of money into a very large amount of money. And once that happens, especially at this point, I was 18. When that happens to you at 18, you're hook, line, and sinker. And that was what started me down the path, and what got me stuck on trading.
Cool. And so that Striker family obviously lives in Kalamazoo, and there was some sort of connection there. Is that right?
Yes, I mean they do live in Kalamazoo. So I guess that was the gist of what I was getting at, is that my grandpa's just traded Striker stock, or was investing in Striker stock. So I didn't know any. Obviously you know about the markets as a child. You hear about it, but I had that $1,000. I guess this is the point, and everybody in the family is telling me, "Well, I'll just put the $1,000 in Striker and let it go." And I'm like, if I make 5% a year on this money, I might have a decent chunk by the time I'm 80. But the point is that that's what they were invested in, is in Striker. And so that's what kind of got me in the markets. And I said, you know what, instead of just putting it in a stock and letting it sit there like Striker, I'm gonna actively invest this in a little bit faster moving equities. But that's ultimately what got me started.
Okay, well, so 30 years old, so you're not the youngest we've had here on the show. We've had 26 and 22 before, and even I think we've had a 21-year-old or possibly younger. So did you go to college when you finished high school, or did you skip that as well and go straight into into business? Okay, so that was the first part of the show. Now, to hear the full episode, the best bits, join the family at 52traders.com. They usually go for about 45 minutes to an hour long. And trust me, these shows are great. They give us so much insight. Now, if you want to get there quickly, all you need to do is jump into the show description on your phone, and there's a link taking you directly to 52traders.com, where you can join the family over there and listen to the full episode. Now, in the rest of the show, I cover off what my traders do differently from the rest of us. So what is it that they're doing that we're not doing? What their typical trading day looks like, what they would do if they had a day job now and wanted to trade for a living, their preferred trading strategy, so actually how does it work, what we should be educating ourselves on when we're looking at a price chart, so what indicators we should use, what price levels, what chart patterns, all those sorts of things. Also, we touch on fundamentals as well, so how do we use news to our advantage? Trading psychology, tips, tricks, techniques, we go through those. Exiting trades, managing trades that you've got running, so we talk about their strategies. They give you strategies for exiting and managing trades. Books to read, websites to visit, all the best ones. Something that you should try and master over the next month, the broker and platform they use. And finally, last but not least, they give us a full trading strategy, so something you guys can try out at home on your PC this week in the markets if you wish. Now, to get the full episode, you need to jump onto 52traders.com, join the family. As I said, it usually goes on for 45 minutes to an hour, and there's a link in the show description, so if you're on your phone, just jump on there, tap the link, and it'll take you straight to 52traders.com. Now, if you're thinking about learning to automate any of your trading, hiring a developer, learning to code, that sort of thing, then before you do that, jump onto my other website, automatemytrading.com. So if you're interested in automating some or all of your trading, then jump onto automatemytrading.com and you'll see me over there. For now, to hear the rest of this episode, all you need to do is click on the link in the show description or go to 52traders.com. See you there.